Hey guys, welcome back. Now, this is History of Soul Eater, episode number 13 of my show, but this is about episode number 12, and this is actually the second last video that I'm going to be doing for this first season. Now, before I start talking about it, I just want to mention this to you guys very quickly. I appreciate the positive feedback you guys gave me on which games you want to do for my poll suggestion video. And a lot of you you suggested Shattered Dimensions and stuff. So I'm playing Brutal Legend right now. So here's what I'm gonna do. Once I beat Brutal Legend, I'm gonna wait until probably May comes around, because May 13th is 2 months away, and that is my 3-year anniversary with my YouTube channel, so I might see if I can pick up a copy of Shattered Dimensions then. But for now, I'm gonna keep playing Brutal Legends and stuff. Okay, sorry about that, I'm getting off topic. Like I said, this is History of Soul Eater, episode number... this is History of Soul Eater, episode number 13 of my show, but this is about episode number 12. And this is also, and episode 12 in the English dub is known as Courage That Beats Out Fear, Maka Albarn's incredible resolution. And this episode actually starts off with all of the witches, including Medusa and Corona, as well as with the Grand Witch attending this mass, like a gathering, and then later on, when the mass is over, Medusa tells Corona that it's time for them to go, and then Corona's agreeing with Medusa, like she's saying yes and stuff. Now that I've gotten into that, there is sort of a special connection between Corona and Medusa and stuff, but that's not actually explained until season number 2, so I won't give away any spoilers about that. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, then this other witch member, who's basically like a frog girl named Erica Frog, basically stops Medusa and Corona from leaving, and then Corona freaks out, and then Medusa is saying hi to Erica and stuff, and then Erica's saying that Medusa guesses why she stopped her, and then she said that she knows, but it's not like she's not the only one who brought a human to a witch's gathering. And then she says about Angela, the little witch, as a human along with them too, and then basically what happens is Erica basically says that the security of the Grand Witch's mass has gone down a huge bunch, but that's not the reason why she stopped Medusa in the first place. She's wondering what she's been up to, and she said that the Grand Witch's eyesight has been failing. She doesn't realize what a bit of a nuisance Medusa's become of herself. And now that I've mentioned it, the reason why they say her eyesight is missing is because this is the weird part But the Grand Witch in the anime only has one eye, but there is a very good reason for that, and it'll be explained later on when I get in this video. Like near the end of this episode of my show that I talk about, it'll be explained, and well, it'll say who has the Grand Witch's other eye, and then that'll lead into the final episode of this season. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, continuing on, then Medusa snaps her fingers and said that her research has been improved by the Grand Witch herself, and then she's saying that she must be going because with so many students at the DWMA around, the school nurse can't be idle to her duties, because the school nurse thing is her cover persona at the academy, which is kind of elusive, really. Her identity as a witch actually gets revealed in the next season. I just thought I'd give that away. I just thought I'd get that out of the way since after this video we'll have one more left. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, continuing on with what I was saying, then it goes into where Soul and Medusa are in the academy, and then Medusa's wondering if Soul's okay and stuff, and he says that he's fine, except for lately he's been having this weird dream and stuff. Now the dream actually first started back in episode number 10 of my show, but about episode number 9. That part that I talked about with him coming out of Maka's body was the ending part of the dream. And basically what happens is Soul's basically explaining the rest of the dream in depth to Medusa up to that point. See, in the dream, he's always in this darkened like room and stuff, and then there's this record player that keeps playing this tune out of sync with the tune, and then after a little while, this little red demon in a suit shows up, and then he starts dancing like swing music to the tune, and then he says about power, and then he tries to bring Soul with him, and then Soul's saying in the dream state that he just wants to stay in the room until he wakes up. Now this also leads into what happens with the rest of the episode, because after the door in the room closes, he sees this light, and after he heads towards the light, he starts coming out of Maka's body, which is kind of gross. Oh, it's gross in a little way. And then Medusa thinks that it's partially because of the black blood has an adverse effect on Soul and stuff. And basically, she's saying that he seems okay for the time being. As for the strange dream he's been having, it's not unnatural for someone to have a recurring nightmare after a traumatic experience like the one he had. And she's asking Soul if anything else has been worrying him lately. And he said that worry is not... He's not sure if the word worry is the correct term for it. But ever since they got back from Italy, Maka's been acting a little strange. And then Maka shows up in the room, and then she looks at Soul's body and she sees that scar. Well, but before it goes to where Maka shows up, Black Star, Dr. Stein is having Black Star perform this kind of test by sticking his hand in a jar of water. he wants him to. This basically will help out with his enchanted sword. Help him understand the enchanted sword a bit, and he tells him to stick one finger in instead of just sticking the whole hand in all the time. But he sticks the whole hand in. Oh my god! Oh my god! And then Maka is wondering if she can do some special training, like sticking a hand in the water and stuff. And then Stein is basically saying that Maka is clearly lacking something, but until she finds out what it is, when she does find out what it is, come see him, and then they'll start the training and stuff. And then Stein is basically saying that didn't he tell Blackstar to not stick his whole hand in at once? And then he tells him that that's enough training for now. Take the jar with him. Oh my god! Sorry guys, that shouldn't have been funny. Oh my god. Anyway, then Blair is wondering about the party, and then Maka remembers about that because basically she had planned a party for Tsubaki and Blackstar to celebrate them getting their first soul in a long time, and also to celebrate the fact that Soul's coming home soon and stuff. And then basically when she shows up in the infirmary where Soul is, everything goes fine until she sees the scar, and then she gets a little upset. She gets this like pained look on her face, and then she gets upset and she tells Soul that she's gonna get ready for the party and stuff. And then Medusa is basically saying that it seems like something is up. And then basically what happens is basically Soul is saying that it happens every time Maka sees that scar. She gets this pained look on her face, like I said. And then Maka and the others start walking home, and the Medusa's walking into an alleyway, and then Erica and one of the Mizune sisters confronts her, and they say that they're going to eliminate her. Well, first Medusa is wondering why they're cornering her, and Erica basically says that it's because they're going to kill her, because apparently she's like a liability, and all liabilities like a loose end. Like in this case, loose ends need to be cut. And then basically and then Erica is basically saying that she's cornered because she can't use her soul protect while she's in. She can't release her soul protect while she's in Death City because that would blow her cover as a school nurse. So basically, Erica, and the oldest of the Mizunes, has an advantage over them and stuff. And then later on, oh, this is gonna sound kind of weird, but this is the weirdest part of the episode. At least, in my honest opinion, this is the weirdest part of the episode. When they're having the party back at the house before the Soul Protect is released, Death is saying that, is it just the two of them, and then Blair shows up and in her human form, and even now I still get a little creeped out by that, to be honest. I just thought I'd get that anyway. And then basically it goes back into going back into what I was saying earlier. Medusa is basically cornered by Erica and the oldest of the Mizune sisters because if she uses the Soul Protect, it'll give her identity away as a witch, and if Dr. Stein and the other Meisters from the Academy see Erica and the Mizune sister, they can just use their magic to transform into their animal form and escape. And basically, but then the oldest of the Mizune starts acting weird because basically what happened is when you see in the episode, before the opening of the title thing, she stuck both her hands into Erica and the oldest of the Mizune sisters' mouths, and when she did that, the snakes that she used for her magic, got transferred into their bodies. And the snake that was inside Mizune just totally rips it apart and stuff. Now that's gonna lead into what's gonna happen in next season. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. And then after that, Erica then transforms into a frog form and gets away because she doesn't want to be spotted by the rest of the Meisters from the DWMA, and then Medusa is basically putting back on her nurse coat, and she's saying about the witch that, well, Dr. Stein is saying that they detected witch's souls and they headed straight there, and then she said that she detected the same thing, and then Maka says that she wonders if one of the witches there was the one who hurt Soul, but it turns out, but Stein kind of said that it wasn't, because it would have to be someone with a highly intense knowledge and had to have snuck into the DWMA and stuff. And then he said, now this is also going to lead into what's going to happen later on in next season. I just thought I'd get that out of the way, because you see, Medusa's identity as a witch doesn't get revealed this season, it only gets revealed next season. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, and then Stein is basically saying that they're glad she's okay, because they would be in trouble if they lost their school's only nurse and stuff. And then basically, Soul shows up where Maka is, and then Maka places her hand on Soul's chest, and then this also kind of explains why the episode is called that, because now Maka has the courage to face her fears and stuff. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, then Stein is basically saying that now that she's found what she's lacking, come see him. She wants her and Soul to come see him starting tomorrow for a special lesson, and that's gonna lead into what's gonna happen in the last episode of this season. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, but before this episode ends, it shows with Erica running off as a frog, and then later on, Medusa shows up, and then she says about the snakes inside Erica, told her where she was, no matter where she goes, she'll find her and stuff, and then she drops a key onto the ground, and then she wants Erica to run a little errand. There's a certain prisoner that she wants to release from the witch prison with that key, and his witch prison cell is number 13, and she says that unless Erica's a very stupid frog, she knows which one Medusa's talking about. Now the one she's talking about is the prisoner that's known as the man with the magic eye, but that will be explained. I'll explain more about that later. I just thought I'd get that part out of the way. And then basically Erica is saying that that prisoner is the one who stole the Grand Witch's eye. If she releases him, she'll be banished from the witch world forever and stuff. And then she transforms back into her human form, and then, because Medusa says that she's going to use the man with the magic eye for an experiment involving Soul Eater because of some questions she has, and using her, and Erica inquires about the experiment thing, and then basically what happens is Medusa says that she doesn't feel very good not being without her being a frog on her foot, change back, and then she says she will change back, and that's basically where this episode stops. So until next time, guys, like I always tell you with the series, watch it or I'll take your soul.